I'm the man on me. I'm the man on me. Young nigga, I put a fan on me. Start drawing my friends. It's like me. In front of the place, I'm looking like I got my money in the building. I'm gonna turn up the show. Sing a strong that after all that.
Ladies and gentlemen, now tune in to Who's Next Wednesdays on Trauma Radio. Make sure you tell a friend to log on. www.traumaradio.net is that link. I go by the name of DJ HR. Alongside my co-host Star Jones. Star, what up, man?
What's you doing, bro?
I'm cool. How you?
Same thing, different week. You know what I mean? It's Wednesday. You know, the highly anticipated day of the week.
On the number one online radio station in the tri-state area.
Know that. Can't dispute that at all.
But yeah, if you now tune in to Who's Next Wednesdays. Who's Next Wednesdays is a show dedicated to up-and-coming talent. Not just up-and-coming artists, but up-and-coming talent all across the world, all across the United States. If you want to be featured on Who's Next Wednesdays, hit us up. DJHeavyRotation@gmail.com, CharmRadio@gmail.com, or Star Jones with AZ@gmail.com.
Yeah, I heard it, man.
But tonight we got my brother Ahmaad in the building, RB Sensation.
Ahmaad, what up, bro?
Songwriter, recording artist.
What's good, y'all? What's the deal?
What's good, bro? Welcome to the show, man.
Chilling, man. I'm glad y'all invited me up here, for real.
It's about time, man, because Ahmaad was long awaited. You know, we've been following Ahmaad for some time now.
For a while. We've been trying to get Ahmaad up here.
You know, Ahmaad, he's a Hollywood movie star, so we don't have that time about small people.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
We're going to be humble tonight. But real quick, AJ, let me know, like, what about Who's Next Wednesday is going on?
Yeah, well, Who's Next Wednesday right now? Basically, we do a lot of showcases. We do a lot of events.
So, what's up, bro?
Yo, man, appreciate you inviting me, bro. Real talk.
No doubt. It's only right, man. But real quick, man, give a brief synopsis about yourself. Let me know who you are, where you from, and all that.
Still, man, Ahmaad, R&B King of Brooklyn. You know, I'm singer, songwriter, actor, model. You know, I try to do it all. You know, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Born and raised and everything. And been doing this for a good amount of years. Been trying to build a following. Got the city behind me and trying to get the rest of the nation and then eventually the world behind me. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a long process, but you know, we making progress.
Progression is key.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Definitely. But like you said, you do so much, so it's like hard for me to know where to start from. So real quick, let's just start with the music because this, you know, the principle of the show is music.
Yeah.
You know, so you say you sing, you don't rap.
Nah, I don't rap. I haven't rapped in like years.
Okay, so you started off as a rapper?
Yeah, like when I was younger, when I was like 12, 13. I think everybody did though. Yeah, I used to sing like pick up girls and stuff like that. You know,
Chico, and you like it. Look, see?
Yeah, so you know,
just comes to the territory.
So, you know, I mean, but actually, I was just messing around and stuff like that. But then after a while, I started taking it serious, and then I started recording and write songs, and you know, that's when the whole MySpace thing took off, and you know, going all the way back then. So I've been doing.
What's that, like 07?
Yeah, 07. So it's like I've been doing it since then, and you know, just been building a buzz and following. Started from Brooklyn, and then it started to branch out to the other boroughs, and then eventually the other states and stuff like that, which is great. You go from Shaq's to Ray Allen.
So when you first started, like, did you sing in a choir, or how did you realize you could sing?
Oh, I'll be perfectly honest. And I talked about this the other day actually with a homeboy of mine. I was listening to this song that Ray J did. At all people, he did a song called "Wait a Minute," and
Wait a minute.
Yeah, so I was singing. I was listening to the radio. Listen to the radio all day. So I was singing along with it, and I was like, "Oh snap! Like, I actually sound alright." You know what I'm saying? So I kept on like messing around with it. I would always sing that one song. And girls like, "Oh, you can sing." So I was like, oh, that's when I finally found out I actually, because like I never did the choir and everything and that kind of stuff.
So it was just like a spur of the moment thing.
Yeah, it was just like
you tripped and fell on.
Yeah, back then or now?
Yeah.
Now? Oh no. Well, that's a good part of it, but you know.
I'm about to say, I'm gonna lie, there's good contribution.
Oh yeah. It helps. But you know, now I love music. Genuinely love music, and over the years of doing music and listening to music and being inspired by music, that's been like my driving force. Music in general, the culture, everything about music in general. I just love it. The history, just everything.
The passion, did it develop over time, or is it something that you started with before you sang?
Well, our grandfather, got rest. So he was a major influence for music in my house. We got records, vinyls, tapes, all that stuff. So I kind of got that from him. And in the house, there was always music playing all the time. So when you grow up around a household like that, it starts to come natural. So then when my mother, she bought me a Panasonic radio for Christmas, like around like 99, 2000, something like that. And I would listen to the radio all day long and make tapes. So it just grew, and then I was just listening to more artists and listening to more music and then researching. And when the internet really dropped, I just started really just going, like, it really just captivated me 100%.
Fort Greene. Shout out to Fort Greene on the check in.
Fort Greene.
The first Fort Greene person on the show. Well, even in that neighborhood, in that vicinity. Really?
Well, you said, how is it?
No. I'm saying like that. You're first in that like area.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what's up.
Usually get Best Style.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Flatbush.
Yeah.
What's the music culture like in Fort Greene?
It's all right. It's not when I was younger, it was more heavy. Coming from my hood, there was a lot of basketball. Basketball was really driving force around my way. Everything. Taj Gibson from the Bulls, he's from Fort Greene, and we've had like other people there. Music. It's not as prevalent in Fort Greene as it once was, but there's a lot of dope like rappers and artists that are in Fort Greene. I put out a total of four. Yeah, four projects.
Oh, what mixtapes?
Three mixtapes and one EP. The last one was an EP.
Okay. Can you give us a brief rundown of what they are, what the names of them?
The first one was my first mixtape is called I Can Do Anything. I released that in 2008. Then I followed that up with Amazing. That was in 2009. I did Rhythm in Brooklyn.
That was a great mixtape, by the way.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Shout out to Rhythm in Brooklyn.
I did that in 2011, and then I took a hiatus, took a while, and then I came back with Love Goes On, my EP.
Okay, what made you decide to do EP as opposed to another mixtape?
Well, honestly, I honestly came back to music. I had lost love for doing music after a while. I had gotten to
you gotta inject. Why did you lose the line?
a lot of things, man. I wasn't feeling the same. I wasn't really inspired like that. A couple things wasn't working out. I just got real disgruntled. I wanted to get into a relationship. And after that fell apart. Honestly, I went through it for a little bit, and the only way for me to really come back was I did an album about it.
I was gonna ask you, like, so because I know sometimes relationships have a positive effect on music.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be a bad one or a good one.
Yeah.
So you had a fallout.
Yeah. Me, it's like my first serious relationship, and things had fell apart and everything, and I didn't know how to deal with it, because I never really went through something like that, and then I just had to I went in the studio. And I just decided to put every emotion and all that kind of stuff in there, and it made for great music, and everybody loved it. So,
maybe that's what you needed. Maybe you needed that relationship to fall apart to bring you back into the music to your first true love.
Yeah, get you back on track. Right?
Yeah, it did get me back on track. It got people really. People didn't hear from me for a long time. A lot of people said, "Well, where's music? Where's music?" I said, "I don't know what's going on with it." And then it's like the only way for me to get through what I was going through was to just like I said, just record it and make for good music. That's why Usher did Confessions and all these other. And Nas did Life Is Good, and I have to see how all these artists like really cope with that kind of stuff.
Mary J. Blige's whole career was heartbreaking.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So.
What was this break again? Hiatus? What was this again?
I was from 2000 after living in Brooklyn. I didn't record anything for about 3 years. And I came back in I recorded in 2013. We dropped the project in early 2014, February. I recorded throughout the fall and winter time of 2000. And D. Julian is on that. My man DJ Kev Money is on that. Producing in Clyde Strokes. Him and my other producer, Sam Trax, collaborated on the record. I wrote the song and I went in there, recorded it, and it was like, it was just there. As soon as I started recording, everything started to come back.
Right.
Yeah, it was even easier, because I really had something to talk about now.
Okay.
I just put it all out there, whatever. And people just really had it was a mixtape that I was messing around with. The title was called Hennessy and Headboards. There's also like an album that we working on. Me and my man Sam Trax is really gonna go all out on. It's gonna be a real mature sound. It's not gonna be so much focused on love. It's gonna be like it's gonna have a lot of, it's a lot of sexy records. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that's dope. It's gonna be catchy. It's gonna be quality, and it's something that I'm really gonna get really locked in, in 2015. So all hands gonna be on deck for that.
Okay. I
Definitely
look forward to that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, man, definitely. When I got everything together, I'll be back up here.
Definitely, yeah, you want to welcome, bro. Once you step into the stew, you're welcome to come back.
I appreciate that.
Because once you get in here, you quality. We don't accept nonsense.
I appreciate that.
We'll never get the address if you nonsense. But
Ahmaad,
hey, John.
your music has a soulful sound to it. Who are some of your musical influences?
I'm inspired by Donnell Jones,
Donnell Jones, my man.
Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Neo. A lot of people, man. Marvin Gaye, and then not even just R&B. People like Pharrell, Lauryn Hill, Nas, Tupac. A lot of these guys. You know what I'm saying? Has influenced my music. I got a lot of influences.
Speaking of Pharrell, you did the remix to Heavy.
Yeah. I did a cover song. I did a cover of it with this girl. I did her name is Kaya Lynn. I actually did a play with her over at York College called Dreamgirls, and she's dope. So I was like, yo, I just wanted to do the song for my own personal thing.
Yeah.
And when we put it out, so many people loved it. They was like, oh, y'all sounded great. Like, that should have been your record, all this kind of stuff like that, whatever. So we did the video for it, and it was dope, man. It was just something I really enjoyed doing, the show. A real positive side. With all the problems that goes on in the world. Just let you know that Black people doesn't always have to be like ratchet and stuff like that. We enjoy life, we dance, we have fun.
It's not what they portray in the media.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's not always about just we always twerking, we always doing what we do. I mean, it's fun.
Or fighting on World Star.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like we really enjoy doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? With all the problems going on in the world, a lot of us are still happy. You know what I'm saying? And it was a blessing to really do that record. And I was glad that I was able to do that with all my videos and stuff like that. Because what I try to promote, I promote Black love, a lot of my stuff, and I'm
not racist though.
No.
Not prejudiced.
Nah, not prejudiced.
Okay.
I've never dated a white girl though.
But you would.
Nah.
No. Okay. I'm just asking. I gotta be devil's advocate.
Nah, I feel you. I mean, she got some black in her, then be good.
She can't be 100% no white.
Nah. Unless
why?
Unless they're attracted to them.
I feel you. Okay.
Spanish women and Asian women, all that, they good money. They good money. All the rest of them good money. I've never been attracted to white women.
I can check it out next, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that bit. But I love black women. I love them to death. But
as you should.
Yeah. And I promote that, and I'm heavily influenced by the early 2000s R&B, not only just the music but the videos as well. So a lot of videos that you see that I do, and a lot of things that I do is stuff that you could have seen like in 106 when AJ and Free was hosting. Back when BT used to have videos as commercials, and it was just one of the things where that essence, which I feel is missing from Black culture, especially that kind of essence with music and radio and things like that. You know what I'm saying? I try to always bring that kind of nostalgic thing back with a lot of my stuff. Prime Cut Films.
Who's we?
Well, Prime Cut Films is the guys that directed it. So Peter and Chris, and real dope. It stars my man Holly, Jim Jones, Trav.
Trav who? Queens?
Yeah, Trav Queens.
Okay.
Yeah, he's it's a real dope project. I was glad to be a part of it. We got great responses from it, and yeah, man, it's something I was really blessed that they asked me to be a part of, and I'm so glad I did it.
How'd you get the plug for that? How'd you audition or?
Well, Holly actually, man, Holly has a leading role. He hit me up. He's like, yo, I got a part for you that I want you to audition for. They asked me, this role, who do you think would be good for it? And he was the first person to pop up. So when I came in, I read for the role, and they loved it instantly, and it was great. We shot for about 3-4 days, and it was real dope, man.
Who's the character you play?
Character I played his name is Buddy. He's actually the best friend of the main character. I'm like his producer. Yeah, I'm like his producer, engineer, and everything. His DJ and all that stuff. And pretty much I'm kind of on the straight path. I don't, he does his thing with the rapping. He sells drugs and stuff like that. And everything like that. He's also doing his thing. I'm more like I work in a deli and stuff like that. I got a real job.
Heroes.
Yeah, I make heroes. Seriously, I make heroes. And it's like we invested our money into this project and stuff like that, whatever. But he has runs into problems with his boss and stuff like that, and it's like he's investing all his money in his music, even though he owes his boss money. So it's kind of like stuff like that. Like, what's more important to you?
Boss
Music,
being drunk, you know.
the music in the streets. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
gotcha.
It has such a cliffhanger that people want a part two, or an actual full feature movie, or maybe even a TV series.
It leaves you wanting more.
Yeah, but that's that's the whole point of it. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's we got great reviews from it. It's been real dope.
Where will it be able to find us on
But
cable or straight to
well, right now,
DVD?
it's been on YouTube. It's gonna premiere on World Star I think next week. It's on a lot of blogs like sohh.com, stuff like that. We're gonna submit to a few film festivals, and but it's been getting a good amount of views online. Like I said, all the reviews have been great. Like it's got about like 70 something likes, no dislikes so far on YouTube. So that's a good thing.
That's
The
good.
reception, definitely the reception.
Yeah.
Also, see you audition for a couple other roles, such as the Tupac movie that you were supposed to release.
Yeah, I did that back in 2011. I had auditioned to. They was doing a Tupac movie at that time. I don't know what's going on with it now, but yeah, I did audition for it back then, man. It was that was an interesting time in my life. I actually did an actual I did an audition tape for it. It actually got a lot of views for it and stuff like that. I caught slander, because I mean a lot of Tupac fans.
Who's you audition for? Tupac?
Yeah, auditioned for that role and everything. Like I had the whole look, I had everything, whatever. Like
Nose ringing, all of that.
all that. Like people like I caught some slander, but I actually got more positive reviews than negative reviews. But you know what, Pac is a hard character to play himself because he was a character himself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the only person they want to play Tupac in the movie is Tupac himself. They're not gonna never. That's a character they'll never be satisfied with whoever they pick to play.
There's always gonna be some type of flaw. It's never gonna be a perfect Tupac.
Yeah, 100%. Especially how Jimmy Foxx did Ray and Denzel did Malcolm X. It's like one of them things where it's like you have to have that kind of quality. You saw it with the Aaliyah movie just now. Like, it was one of the worst things I've ever seen. So it's like, I mean, if you're a fan, you want that character, that person to be done, the right way. Do that character
like you just said with Denzel and Jamie Foxx, they done played already iconic figures already.
Yeah.
So you don't want to see the same face over and over, like what they did with Jackie Robinson. They went left lane and got somebody completely new.
Exactly.
So yeah, I can understand. I'm big on movies like 12, man. That's a good track right there, bro. I
appreciate that.
Man.
Yeah, my man Sam Trax produced that, man.
Sam who?
Sam Trax. He he executive produced the whole Love Goes On EP. That song's up the Love Goes On EP. So
that was the third one.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what was the reception like for all those mixtapes? Were they all good?
Yeah, actually, I've always had positive reviews. Actually, that Piff, when they heard my second mixtape, the Amazing mixtape, they actually, I got a lot of plays, and they actually listened to. They was actually put it on the front page. Yeah. It was like, yo, it's hot. It was like, so any project I put out after that, they was like, yo, we just put it up on the front page for you just so GP could be like you're an artist.
Yeah, I noticed that. They got I forgot which tape it is, but they got it sponsored also.
Yeah, the Love Goes On. They sponsored Love Goes On. They sponsored Rhythm in Brooklyn. They sponsored Amazing. So they pretty much support anything I do. So shout out to the people over there at that Piff, man.
Amazing is actually my favorite joint because on that one you did a lot of Michael Jackson covers.
Yeah.
So it was interesting, and also at the same time, The Weeknd was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I felt personally that your joint is better.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
The Butterflies one was a big one.
Yo, I appreciate that, bro.
That one, that's John?
Yeah, it's my favorite. That's my favorite.
That one?
My favorite Michael. Yeah, it's my favorite Michael Jackson song.
My favorite Mike Jack joint is the I don't know if you remember the video for he was in the subway.
Bad?
Bad. Yeah.
That's my favorite Mike Jack joint right there.
That's my favorite video.
Yeah, they did that actually that video not too far from me. That
was in Brooklyn?
Yeah, it was in Brooklyn. It's from what I researched, it's over in Brooklyn. My next album is going to be one of the best projects of 2015. No question.
I know you mentioned that, a lot of your prior mixtapes and EPs was real sensual 90s feel. Are you changing the direction or are you gonna keep it like that?
Yeah, we're changing the direction with the album. It's gonna have a real updated sound. It's gonna have my elements, but it's also gonna have elements of today's music. It's gonna have a real sexy element to it, a real grown element to it. Something that you could just ride out to your car in and also, play in your house. You know what I'm saying? The quality will never be compromised. I'll tell people that. From people who've known me for years and things like that, I've always sung about love and things like that, whatever. But I'm gonna dive into other topics, and show them a different side of me. You know what I'm saying? Basically about my my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And what I be doing. You know?
I mean, because, R&B, I noticed with a lot of R&B artists now, they're not just being the good guy on records anymore. Are you going to be the bad guy? Because, you got Trey Songz where that new album whole sound like it was for cheaters.
Yeah, it was a fire album. It was a fire album.
Fire album.
I can't lie, it was a fire album.
Fire album.
Shout out to Trey on that one. It's basically gonna be real talk R&B. You know what I'm saying? Like what goes on.
Realistic, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it love is always good, and it's always good to talk about relationships, and it's always good to talk about this. There's also an other side of things that there's a lot of promiscuous women. You know what I'm saying? Promiscuous women. Things that happen. In relationships. With cheating and infidelity and falling in and out of love, and sometimes it's just that girl that you just don't want to take her home to mom. You just want to take it to the back seat.
So that's where the Hennessy comes.
Yeah. That's where the Hennessy comes in.
There you go.
That's where that Hennessy kicks in. So, you gotta talk about. I'm 25 years old, man, and it's like I gotta talk about how I live life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm all for love and everything like that. But I'm still attracted to dots. You know what I'm saying? I still got my share of dots that I'm attracted to and stuff like that. So it's gonna be real talk R&B. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing all this work, and sometimes you think that it's not getting recognized. You see people that's doing like half the work that you're doing, and they're getting on. But it's like, look, at the end of the day, I believe in my time will come, and there's an order. I have an audience, and it's growing, and it'll grow even more with this next album and this next project that I'm working on, especially in 2015.
With that said, like, just want to blank.
Always buy quality music.
Yeah.
And even with people not maybe not going platinum stuff like that, if it's quality music, I think people will still buy it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but people are not. If you got 1-2 songs that's good and the rest is garbage, the rest spending their money on that.
Exactly.
It's gonna download it and then they're gonna have the song they want and they're gonna throw away the rest. That has to change. Like the quality of black music, especially, we have to up our standards again. We've gotten so passive with things. We've gotten regular with things.
I feel that's the problem now. It's like a lot of artists, like some of our favorite artists, also will put out great tracks, and then the next one just be like a throwaway.
Because that's when they get on, they get money, and they get comfortable.
Yeah, and that's the problem. It's too much because it's too comfortable. Because now, people's not getting the money that they used to get. So now everybody's trying to just scramble on and do this and do other stuff, whatever. It's like if you was putting out quality all these years and took seriousness to your craft instead of trying to always get a check, things wouldn't be the way it is with the internet or without it, in my opinion.
I agree.
So I think 2010 you see me some new movies.
You been auditioning?
Yeah, I've been auditioning. I did a cable TV pilot series called God of Guns. That was pretty good. I met some dope actors in that. My man Stephen Cofield, my man Lamar K. Cheston, some dope people I met there. I've just been trying to do a whole bunch of stuff, And like I said, it's 2015. You're gonna hear a lot and see a lot from me.
You're gonna see a model all over the place.
That's the goal. And that's
Twitter, Facebook,
all that,
Instagram,
all that.
Speaking of that, where can they find you at?
You can find me. All my social media is Ahmaad NYC, AHMAAD NYC on every single thing. Twitter,
every
Instagram,
social outlet,
everything. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. My website www.ahmaadnyc.com. Find me everywhere, man. That's I got it all. It's all out there. I've had that for years.
So y'all got no reason not to follow my man Ahmaad right here.
Yeah, if you're not following me already, you should be. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man. And they heard the music tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's another reason.
So if you want to appreciate my guy right here, you will by the end of you follow him. But, we've come to this segment called Sweet 16s, where the artists come up and they spit the Sweet 16 or more, solely up to the artist. So Ahmaad, if you up for that?
Yeah, you gotta hold it down, man.
That's what I like to hear, man. He's a singer, people. He's an R&B singer. And he's all for the Sweet 16 hashtag. Know that.
Girl, I see you on your way. I know I stopped you suddenly, but I just had to tell you, girl, you're oh so beautiful. I'm not trying to spit no tea or talk no game. I know you get it all the time. Oh, baby girl, I can't lie. The way you walk by, you give me butterflies inside. 'Cause no one smiles the way that you do. And it'd be nice if you were mine. But let's not rush into it. That way we won't lose it. What I'm trying to say is if it's fine, can I call you tonight? Can I call you? Would it be cool if I call you to get to know you? Can I call you? Would it be cool if I call you to get to know you? Can I call you? Would it be cool if I call you to get to know you? I'm going home, so if you have the time, can I call you tonight?